the five of you leave the tree, that old water tower behind school, and begin to make your way across town to your various things that you've got to do in the afternoon and evening. And as you do, as you make your way across town, you pass by the Mechanicsville, the Mechanicsville Harvest Fest that they are currently setting up right now. You see a big corn maze. You see a big pumpkin patch. The tractor with the cart in the back that people are going to be going on rides in. And I think as you pass it, I'm going to say you don't even notice as you pass it, the pumpkins, they all turn around and watch you go. You see the jack-o'-lantern faces on each of them. Where are you each heading this afternoon?
Bree is running late. She was supposed to be at her mom's bookstore like a half hour ago. To shelve the new inventory, and she hasn't realized that she's late yet. Instead, she's just like, what are you doing at the food pantry again? Maybe I should come over and help you out with that.
And Alex is heading to the food pantry, which is their first stop on their 3-stop evening tour. They are grabbing some food and taking some donations in and running over then to the community center to set up for snack time. For all of the community center folks, there's a senior citizen gathering tonight. And then after that, they're going to go read the bedtime story at the library. Because life is so much more than school.
So wait, when I asked you earlier if you had any other extracurricular activities, I was trying to lead you to say that you were overcommitting yourself to another cause by signing up to
which I totally knew at the time and didn't realize it after we had recorded that, and then had to make up something to make it work.
Okay, excellent. Well, it sounds like you've overcommitted yourself, and I think we should give you a token.
Excellent.
All right, which means everybody now has tokens, which is great. All right, so we've got Alex going to do the many things that Alex does, and Bree going to the bookshop. What is
Eventually.
Eventually. What's a typical evening for Braxton?
Braxton tonight is actually heading to the local dry cleaner because he needs to pick up his shirts and ties and make sure they're ready for next week, because he doesn't wash the stuff at home because everything says dry clean only, and he follows the tags explicitly. So he takes his stuff to the dry cleaner. So he has his slip in hand, walking with purpose to pick up next week's clothes.
Clover.
I'm very excited to follow him and distract him so that when he gets his clothes, they will all be glitter lined.
Oh, Jesus. I see we're best of friends.
You are constantly cleaning up after my messes. Thank you for that.
Bree has finally realized that she needs to go to the bookstore, and it's the same direction as the dry cleaning, and she's just following behind Braxton, being like, you don't actually have to dry clean all those clothes, right? You would save so much money.
They put it on the tag for a reason.
Well,
you think
they put it on the
tag for fun.
I mean, maybe there's a dry clean conspiracy. Maybe the dry clean companies and the clothing companies, all the revenue goes to the same place, and they just want you to spend more money.
I'm not saying that's impossible, but you need to cite some sources. If we could research this, and we could definitely find out if that's true. But
I mean, I have sources. It's Google's my source.
I think I'm just gonna play it safe. I like the detergent they use. It smells nice. It's comforting.
Alex is gonna, as they're walking by to their next thing, grab the things that are gonna be dry cleaned and be like, I know that the children's home is doing some free laundry. I'm gonna save you $1 or $2, and take some of that laundry with them.
I'm gonna help her out. I'm gonna take the laundry and
Best for you.
make sure that it goes to the dry cleaner like he wanted, but then will be modified when it was returned. So I will complete that cycle of life that we have now done.
And Rowan's kind of following behind this whole thing, kind of juggling a soccer ball as he goes. And he just kind of speaks up from the back of just like, why don't we just let Braxton do his laundry the way Braxton wants to do his laundry?
I'm making sure it gets to the dry cleaner. He wants to go to the dry cleaner. It's fine.
But this is what's best for him, to support these kids. And save
I
money.
mean, again, lots of money, unnecessary waste. Yeah, sure, he can do it if he wants to, but I think it's a waste of time and money. And then Bree breaks off to go into the bookstore, like, bye guys. And as she walks in, there's like this jar by the register that's like dry erase, and she erases the donate to the Harvest Festival, because the Harvest Festival has already been funded, and writes Braxton's Dry Clean Fund. And puts it back by the register.
Do you know what's really expensive? Glitter. The cost of glitter has skyrocketed since there's been unrest because people are using it as a way to disrupt drones.
There's actually a shortage of glitter in this town, I'm pretty sure.
There's actually a shortage of glitter, period. Yeah, no, really, there actually is. I know you guys don't believe me, but you should look it up. Google it.
No, there's absolutely not. He is causing the export chain of glitter to Mechanicsville.
The local craft store has a picture of Clover that has written under it, "Do not serve." As Bree goes into the bookstore and the four rest of you continue on your way through downtown Mechanicsville, I'm picturing this small town with older brick buildings, and it might have a couple stoplights, but very little traffic. I think the four of you are probably walking on the road as you make your way from school to downtown. And as you get to downtown, right at the center intersection, you hear some giggling from one of the corners. It's very familiar.
Do we know who it is?
You know what it is, yes.
Oh, it's the decrepit dudes.
Going to take action and immediately walk over there, leaving myself vulnerable.
All right. Great. Perfect. That means, so that was one of your light turns?
No, that was actually one of my regular turns.
Oh, it's a regular turn. Darn. Okay. Well, you're leaving yourself vulnerable. So, as you...
But I'm going to doubt myself while I do it.
As you get to that corner, doubt yourself as a light turn. Great. So what happens is you get to that corner and make your way right around the corner. You leave yourself vulnerable. You don't prepare for an attack. And as you get around the corner, you're grabbed by one of the decrepit dudes, and they'd start running. One of them's got you by the shoulders, the other one's got you by the feet, and they start running away.
I'm going to holler really loudly. We have a problem here. And I'm going to try to fight back.
We have a problem here. We have a problem here.
What do you want to do to fight back?
I want to attempt to do back handspring and actually spring off. I'm going to assume they grab me by the arms and the legs. I'm going to try to spring off one of their torsos and flip over the other one, breaking the grasp to get out of there, which feels like a very agile fighting technique that is one of my regular turns.
Okay. Yeah. So you kick off one of their chests and do a somersault over the head of the other one and land behind them. The one that you kicked falls to the ground, but as you land, you see that those two were not alone, and there are about a dozen of these guys, these dudes, all popping out of dark corners of rusty, forgotten spaces. You see as one of them touches a fire hydrant, the space around its hand turns rusty and the paint starts flaking off.
Rowan is definitely charging in recklessly to come to help. As using the soccer ball he's got with him, as he's kicking it off the wall, hitting as many as he can, and making sure that the ball bounces back to him.
Does Braxton react?
Yeah, I think Braxton, seeing all of this, will instinctively look for cover because he knows he just can't run in. He's got to he has to see it, analyze it, and then make a plan. He just can't rush in like everybody else. So he looks for maybe behind a car or a dumpster somewhere he can kind of hide himself and kind of scope the situation before he rushes in full-heartedly. Do some quick mathematics in his head. Let's see the probability of winning.
Clover?
Well, I'm always with Braxton, so I'm going to go to his hiding spot, but I'm not going to hide. I'm going to be very, out in the open, and I'm just going to look at it. I'm like, why are you hiding there, Braxton? Are you secretly coming up with a plan that they need to stop, or you'll defeat all of them? Is that what's happening here?
Take a token.
It's not a secret when you yell it out loud, Clover. We've talked about this more than once. Secrets are quiet things, inside voices.
What don't I understand about the world yet?
You don't understand that sometimes patience and quiet is the right choice.
And you don't even see it coming. Rowan kicks a soccer ball right at the head of one of these decrepit dudes. It bounces off, and another one does a somersault kick, hitting the soccer ball, which bounces off one of the brick walls of this one of these buildings, and it just knocks Clover right in the noggin. And Clover is out temporarily.
Heads up.
There's still maybe 8 decrepit dudes left. What does Bree do when she hears Alex calling for help?
Oh, good. Someone was calling for help.
Yeah.
Bree was conveniently by the back door, which is the alley from the back of the shop. Is so near where all her friends are fighting, so that she can hear Alex calling for help, and she's getting chewed out by her mom for being late, and she's just oh man, again. Mom, I just realized I forgot my my backpack and skateboard at the water tower. Nope, I will be right back. I gotta go get that. You know it's very important. It's got my wallet in it, so I'll be right back. Bye. Dashes out the door.
And she sees 8 decrepit dudes, the familiar rusty orange and brown shapes with their flaking coats of metallic armor paint on them. What does she do?
Bree was already sprinting, so she's just going to keep up that momentum and go into a flying jump kick and kick one of them right square in the chest.
If you want to spend a token... wait, no, that's your task, not your thing. Okay, cool. Excellent. Flying jump kick right in the chest.
Reckless fighting technique. Heck yeah.
Alex?
Oh, man. Well, seems like we're in a tough spot. These guys look pretty gnarly.
You've handled
Um,
them before.
we have handled them before. Maybe we just need to enhance this decay. I know it's so bad. It's so bad.
That's what makes it good.
Your puns, as usual, astonish. Why don't we transform?
Is this a big enough threat for all of you to transform? Also, green is
No.
out. Green is out
It's
cold.
just
Green is
the
out cold.
Deca.
Green is out
Oh
cold.
my gosh.
You
Decrepit
think that
dudes.
you
Decrepit
think
dudes.
that Green being out cold would be enough to stop him from being annoying, but he has the nerd equivalent of drunk boxing, his eccentric fighting style. So when
You're
you actually
incapacitated.
when you get him unconscious,
The narrator
Oh,
is
he's
like,
Zenitsu. I get it.
yeah,
it's all right.
yeah.
Let's make these guys decrepit dead.
That's a little better.
All right, one more turn for Alex, one more for Braxton, one more for Rowan, and I think they're out. What do you do?
I think Braxton, he's hiding behind this dumpster thing, and he's kind of doing the math, figuring how heavy this dumpster is, looking at the decrepit dudes, and trying to find the right angle to push this thing to hit as many decrepit dudes as possible. So,
Excellent. How
Without
do you do
hitting your friends, right?
well, I mean, if Clover gets hit, that kind of happens. No, he'll make sure it doesn't roll over Clover. Clover is still his friend. As annoying as Clover is, it's still his friend. So I don't know how that would go. That'd be devise the proper tool for the job.
Yeah, you could also use your special turn. So everyone's got a special turn that either makes
I
their
do.
next heavy move not cost a token, or give somebody else a token.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
Can yours
I'll
come
do,
into play here?
Yeah, I'll use my special turn. He'll see that he'll start to push against this dumpster and realize he is nowhere near strong enough, and he will yell over to Rowan and go, "Rowan, I need your help. I need you to push this thing as hard as you can at a 47-degree angle."
47 degrees exactly.
Yes.
Come on, Rowan, we can do
It's
it.
not-
Let's do it together. And Rowan takes the opportunity to make sure that the spotlight shines on Braxton as they shove this dumpster down.
So what does that look like? What happens?
I think it's mostly Rowan doing the pushing, and Braxton, his hands are there, but you can clearly tell there's no stress on his arms, but it gives the appearance that he's there for moral support, and they just kind of push this dumpster as hard as they can, and they take out a couple of the decrepit dudes. They kind of hit them and crush them against the wall.
All right, so I feel like you're both using your special turns here.
Yes.
What is Braxton's special turn?
Braxton's special turn is when you accept the support of someone stronger, your next heavy move does not cost a token.
Nice.
And I got my stronger friend to help me.
And what is Rowan's special turn?
Rowan's special turn is solving someone else's problem will give them a token.
Nice.
But I felt I leaned a little bit more into his task, which is to eagerly shine the spotlight on somebody else.
Okay, cool. As that dumpster takes out a number of decrepit dudes, what does Alex do to finish off this gang?
So, can I only do one of these things? I have a question about that.
Yeah.
Like, I can only
one turn.
Right, I can only
Yeah.
do one turn, and I can't do a task while doing it, or I can do a task.
So your tasks are your sort of overall goals. Those are your things to help you play your character.
Okay.
If we were playing a campaign, at the end of the game, we would vote on who best accomplished their task, and they would get, I think it's called a raise, which can enhance your power, boost you
Gotcha.
up. So your tasks are there to help you play your character. Your turns, yes, you can take one turn at a time. Turns are just like turns in any other role-playing game. Like if we were playing D&D in initiative, each player is taking a turn. So it's just one thing you can do.
Okay, cool. So I could technically do a task kind of and take a turn in my task being observe the and I'm interpreting this, I think, kind of weird. Observe who is doing what and with whom.
Yeah, so that's something you want to look at doing throughout the whole game. You're
Okay.
trying to be an observant character.
So I'm gonna interpret that a little differently.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so we're fighting, right? And
Mhm.
Alex is watching this dumpster coming by and be like, "Oh, whoa, Braxton and Rowan are like totally kicking butt, moving this dumpster, and it's just in range for me to." And then I'm gonna grab two of the decrepit dudes by the collars and very agilely, almost like discus, almost like a figure skater, do a beautiful pirouette and toss them with a nice arc into the dumpster. Feels very agile fighting technique there.
They hit the inside of the dumpster, and you see two poofs of rust and dust and flakes come out as they are done.
Way to take out the trash, Alex.
And Clover is out cold.
Well,
what do you do?
Yeah, Braxton would definitely run over right away because as annoying as Clover can appear to everyone else, he spends the most time with Braxton, even if it's just annoying him. And Braxton appreciates that type of friendship, as weird as it is. So yeah, once the dumpster is clean, he'll run over to Clover, stop, pull out a bottle of Purell from his pocket, clean his hands because he just touched the dumpster, for Christ's sakes. Clean his hands, and then shake Clover. Go, Clover, buddy, are you okay, Clover?
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, man, you just missed a whole action sequence.
Yeah.
Good job, team.
Bree kind of walks over and sort of crouches over Clover and snaps her fingers and holds up 3 fingers. How many fingers am I holding up?
Enough?
He's fine. He's fine.
That's the typical response.
Yeah.
I think
He might be concussed, perhaps?
How would we tell?
I'm not sure.
Hey. All right then. Wow, you guys did a good job. Nice.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
All right then. I had
Couldn't have
this,
done it without you, buddy.
I had this great dream about me in an all green leotard with orange leggings, and I was kicking so much butt. It was ridiculous.
I mean,
Buddy, did you stay up all night watching Naruto again?
Watch or just sort of experience. Like, I like to watch the entire series in an evening, which requires me to have 42 different television or screen type like objects pointed at me for an 8-hour period where I just go around and around and around and around.
Yep, he's fine.
Checks out. Checks out.
The decrepit dudes have attacked Mechanicsville again. You know it's only a matter of time before Rust sends out another monster. What do our team of heroes do next? What do you need to do to stave off the armies of decay?
Rowan, shouldn't you be leading us somewhere to do something important?
Yeah, team meeting, everyone. Not in this alley.
Bree turns around and walks back towards the bookstore, being like, "Come on, guys."
Nice.
I mean,
Is your
Bree, that
mom gonna
back
be
was
mad? Weren't you supposed to be working, Bree?
My mom is perpetually disappointed in me. It's fine.
No. I know the bookstore has a room in the back that's not being used because the senior citizens thing is taking place at the community center today instead of in this back room.
Exactly.
The senior reading room.
Yeah, that's the senior. All the seniors, all 5 of them, are down at the community center.
We can get some ice for Clover's head, or just to chew on, as he likes to do, and just sort of sit down and think about what Rust's grand plan is today.
The 5 of you head into the bookstore. You pass Bree's mom, and she sighs loudly, and make your way to the reading room.
I'm glad you counted my squirrel in our number. That is so. Thank you for acknowledging his personhood, universe.
Did I? Okay. Sitting down with a cold pack on Clover's head, the 5 of you discuss what Rust could be up to. There's a lot going on in town right now. It's always something like the school play, or the Harvest Festival, or the big game, something like that. And the 5 of you sit down to devise a plan.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time if the decrepit dudes are here before Rust sends some other evil monster.
Oh, you guys didn't see the jack-o'-lanterns?
What?
Yeah,
What?
they're possessed.
Is this the concussion talking or the squirrel talking?
No.
The dream?
I'm like, I
Were
tap,
you
I
kicking
tap,
jack-o'-lanterns?
I tap Gearhead on his head, and then a little screen comes out, and it's us walking by, and then as we walk by, you see the jack-o'-lanterns watching us.
I thought I felt something. You know,
I mean, they smelled kind of rotten to me.
well, I mean, they are in a perpetual state of decay. Oh wait,
They did cut the jack-o'-lanterns a little early this year.
do you think maybe it's hastened by the
Oh, wait.
decrepit dudes and Rust?
Maybe.
Braxton.
I mean, her
Is-
whole thing. Sorry.
Nope, it's my bad.
Her whole thing is, things that are decaying or whatever and everything. And I'm sure Braxton has something very smart to say.
No, I was just going to point out it does seem odd that she seems to only attack during special events in town. On a regular Wednesday, she's only attacked once in the last year, but every time there's a football game or a charity event or a dance, there's a 72% probability she's going to attack. Our town holds a lot of events. Is that not odd to anybody else?
I mean, but that's like the better for my college resume and stuff. So
We just have a vibrant, bustling community. Braxton, what's the problem with that? We could just be a dead town. You want us to be a ghost town?
I don't want to be a ghost town. It's just constantly having to fight Rust and their monsters is really putting my college essay writing behind. I've only written 300 pages, and I wanted to get to 400 by the end of this year.
I told you, Braxton, you
think
should
that Rust
volunteer.
wants to turn this into a ghost town?
Well, a ghost town is a state of decay, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a level I had not thought about. I'm going to need
She's
a minute.
trying to
He
corner
pulls
whole
out a
hole.
notebook and starts scribbling things down.
For the record, the town festivals are there because they predate the industrial era, since Mechanicsville was originally a Quaker settlement, and it was one of the first places to embrace the mixed culture between Quakers and Natives peoples. And so most of these events have to do with like cultural and religious significant events prior to. And we know for a fact that has everything to do with the kind of energies that the extra dimensional beings need.
So are you saying that she's going to attack at the Harvest Festival?
I think the Harvest Festival is in danger.
There's just what you guys did is change the math. We're at like 92% probability she's going to attack at the Harvest Festival.
Yeah, that I think
Did I successfully prove that to Braxton?
Yeah, I think what you said kind of opened his eyes, and he kind of looked at it at a more meta way and realized that, yeah, Clover, other than just being insane sometimes, does spout some real knowledge.
I will give you a token then for having used my special abilities.
Aww.
Excellent. The 5 or 6 of you decide that the Harvest Festival it is. It is beginning this evening. The mayor is going to be there to unveil the prize pumpkin. It's a massive pumpkin from one of the nearby farms. It might be a world record pumpkin. And the group of you leave the bookshop, which I think deserves a clever name, if we can think of one.
The Emerald City.
Perfect. You all leave the Emerald City and head back across town to the Harvest Festival.